A registered citizen is someone who has done their time. And in 1994, the Supreme Court ruled that registration was not punitive. That opened up the floodgates. Up until that time, a registered citizen's information was held by the police department, where it should be held. Then it was made public. That has put a lot of people and the registered citizen's family in jeopardy. We have over 350 documented cases of people coming in as vigilantes. Several have died. Most recently, you've heard of what's happened in Washington State. And these are people that are targeted because they're on the Megan's Law website. They're not all monsters. Where does the new abuse come from? We have to look at that seriously. And there is something. I know I've heard from councils before, many councils, that they want to save at least one child. If they can do that, they're passing this law. I want to say more than that. And there is a program called the Wunderfeld. It's used in Germany. It's incredibly successful for stopping abuse. I would encourage you to look into that. Maybe a pilot program that could be done here in the city of Anaheim. Show the rest of California what can be done to really protect your children. Thanks for your time.
Welcome. I'd like to go on the record as John Doe, and I'm speaking on a similar issue. Some people make mistakes, terrible mistakes, awful, horrendous mistakes. Some of them not so horrendous. They're categorized the same. And laws like this, when they're passed by communities, it's an attempt to define them by their worst moment in time, and doesn't take into account the changed individuals that they may become. Decades later, as a parent, I'd like to know that I can take my child to the park, play catch with them. The same use of parks that many of you would do. Maybe grab a cup of Starbucks and take the laptop and bang out that report that's due by 4 p.m. Enjoying the outdoors, meditation, relaxation. Not for the uses I think that you're thinking. So I just urge you to think about what you're taking away from parents who are registrants, with the ability to be parents to their kids, to take their kids to the park themselves. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, members of the City Council. I sent a letter to you, and I trust that you have that in your package of materials. And I won't repeat everything in it, certainly. My name is Janice Bellucci. I'm an attorney. I'm the president of the California Reformed Sex Offender Laws Organization, which is a statewide nonprofit. We're dedicated to working with citizens after they have been convicted and or entered a plea, after they've been to prison, after they've been to parole or probation. Those are the individuals that I'm talking about. We have over 93,000 such individuals in the state of California today. In addition to being an attorney and the head of this nonprofit organization, I'm a mother. I have 2 daughters. And I want my daughters to be safe, just like you want your children and grandchildren to be safe as well. And I want to tell you that this ordinance that you're considering tonight will not increase the safety of any child. It's aimed at the wrong target. As one of the speakers said earlier, more than 90% of those who sexually assault children are family members, teachers, coaches, members of the clergy, might be Boy Scout leaders. This ordinance is applied, it's focused rather on the wrong group of people. In addition to that, this lawsuit is unconstitutional. It violates the rights, again, of over 93,000 individuals and members of their family. If you can't go to a park, if you can't recreate, that is constitutional right, protected both on the state and federal levels. In addition to which, this ordinance, as currently drafted, would preempt state law. There is a state law on the books It's in the penal code, and I give you the section in my letter. That penal code section says if you are on the registry, your victim is of a certain age, and you're on parole, you cannot go to a public park. The state has spoken. The city cannot speak in a different voice, or it is preempting state law, which is forbidden by our state constitution. Please read my letter. What we're asking you to do tonight is to delay further consideration of this ordinance. More homework needs to be done. The district attorney and his staff are not telling you all that you need to know. I hope you know that a lawsuit has been filed against 4 cities in Orange County already. Those cities are Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, and Lake Forest, because they have an ordinance similar to the one that you're about to pass. I myself also filed a lawsuit. It's against a different city in a different county, and they have a different type of ordinance, but it is again aimed at registrants. Please spend some more time, do your homework before you pass this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Jeremy.
Hello, Mayor and staff. I wasn't really prepared to come and talk today, but being that I seen and heard that the DA for caucus is here, I tell you that as I read justified murders, is this what I'm looking forward to? Someone to justify that my son was killed and executed on July 21st, 2012? At 4 o'clock today, it was 1,920 hours since that officer shot my son in the head. I tell you, I want a recall of this district attorney. The mothers, the people of Anaheim, Orange County, all over the place are going to get together. We want a recall of this DA. He's not doing his job. And the job that he is doing is incorrect. I would love that all these cases be reopened and re-looked at by another district attorney. And if they cannot do it, then send it to the Supreme Court. My son is not going to be killed in vain. I will not rest. You, sir, please do your job correctly. For all these mothers that have lost their sons, unarmed men, you have to look at the evidence. You cannot hide all the people, the witnesses. You just dismiss it. You dismiss everything that's really happening here. And I will not rest. It's my son. The police officer needs to be taken off the street. He was named today. First time I've seen his name today. Buckshot. I'm falling apart. Every moment of every day I think of my son. No, I gotta finish. So, who has been justified by this district attorney? Julian Collender, Julian Alexander, Cesar Cruz, David Rea, Manuel Loggins. All of these justified. Why? Why are they justified? I don't understand. I really don't. Because you have to look at all the evidence. Is this what's happening? They just cover and cover and cover and cover themselves. They cover the police department. Yeah, I don't get it. Because I've been put in this position here. And so has Teresa and other mothers that have gone through this horrible, horrible thing. Senator Lou Correa made a statement, and I don't know if all of you heard it, but he said when he was a youngster, he used to run from the police. And the main reason is people are afraid of the police, the way that they treat them, beat them. It's just unreal that we live in this world today where an officer can be justified. It's like, just if I never got caught, just if I never been seen on a camera, you know, they cover and they say, oh, a gun was there, drugs was there, then they're proven wrong. Mayor, please, I just come to you with my concerns. Right now, I just got a really bad headache just from the pressure. But I just want everyone to know that we are gonna have a recall. Thank you.
Hello, Mayor. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. It's an honor. I'm a 16-year Army veteran. I'm a father, and that's what brings me here today. I'm a dad. And the thing is, a lot of these abductions and kids that are taken, it doesn't happen often. But when it does, it's horrible. I can't imagine what parents go through that lose their children. All I am here is, I am here for the purpose of keeping my son alive. I saved his life twice. You see, I was there. I could do that. A little bit about me and my staff. We do a lot of community service. We help cancer patients. We help homeless. And recently received, well, this time last year, a U.S. Congressional Award for Community Service. But many years ago, I was rightfully charged and convicted of a misdemeanor, not involving a child. Hey, you know, I was lost. I was in a place, I was lost and I needed a serious kick in the pants, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, the DA's office was there to accommodate. It changed my life. Okay. Everybody's bashing this man, and I want to be behind him and bash him too. But you know what, honestly, besides me saving my son's life twice, you know, he saved a 4-year-old little Asian kid in Irvine, pulled him out of the and got a medal from the Irvine Police Department. But my son's not good enough because he's my son. For me to be there to save his life for that third time. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, the Constitution, it was set up with these principles, and it was designed to protect the rights of the few from the actions of the many. You see, I took an oath. For 16 years, I earned that in the military. To protect my country and the Constitution of the United States and the principles that it stood for. Now I'm dead. I'm standing before you. I want to be able to protect my son. Maybe on the beach, kids fall in the park, they climb trees, they get hurt. I save my son from drowning, and I save him once from choking. Will you let me save him again and be there for my son? I am a parent. I've done my time. I showed I'm a good citizen. Will you give me that break? It's in your hands.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members. My name is Deborah Kinninger. I am a physical therapist by profession, but I have also studied clinical psychology with a somatic emphasis. I wasn't going to speak tonight, but after listening to the trauma that this community has experienced, I felt it extremely important to do so. I also come with the California Reform of Sex Offender Laws. I did bring some information about the Dukenfeld project. You have an amazing community here. My emphasis in clinical psychology was in a somatic base, how the body can actually be used to heal itself. You have a community that has music, that has arts, that has you have an amazing community right here where you can actually use these things to help your community, not to continue harming them. Whenever you take one particular segment of your population and say, no, I'm sorry, you are a sex offender and you cannot go to a park or wherever else you want to in Orange County prevent these people from going, you are impacting families. I have seen children of sex offender fathers, a 7-year-old who literally has headaches, who can't go to school, who has all of these somatic symptoms because he is ashamed, because his father went to prison. And his father, again, the laws, I need to take a moment myself to pause because they activate me to think of the harm that we're doing to each other with these laws. I myself was raped at 16 years old with my very first kiss. I know what it's like to heal. And I know that people have it in them to heal, not with talking therapies. Talking therapy is a left brain activity. Body therapies, music, art are right brain therapies. And that's what's needed. You know, you have your TIP program, they probably are aware of this. There's you have people at UCLA, Dan Siegel, Alan Shore, who were my teachers at Santa Barbara Graduate Institute. Right up the road, you have an amazing community right here. I'm not from Southern California. I moved here 6 weeks ago because I am appalled. I'm in shock to see what's happening in this county. It's terrifying me. So I again will urge you to table this, to take more time and consider what you're doing. Stop the harm and help all your people. You had something in reinvent itself to be a better place for all to live. That's what Anaheim is supposed to be. Take the time and do exactly that. Reinvent yourself. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to address the council in their public comments? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment portion of this meeting and address the consent calendar. And I've got to apologize, I've got a little confusion, like the numbering on my agenda is differs from the other agenda, or the actual agenda, so bear with me, I will straighten this out a little bit. Let me start out. I'll ask the council members, are there any items that you'd like to have pulled?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to pull items number 2 and number 16.
We're in number 2, number 16. Any other items? I have a motion for the remainder of the.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to pull the number 14.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to have item 4, if we could continue until next week. I need more information. Yes. Okay. I don't know if we'll address that.
Did you really? Like if he dyed his hair brown, that cop is right here, mustache, caterpillar. If he dyed his hair brown, and then like
Hey, now I'm gonna go ahead and stop streaming. We're gonna take off. So good night.